And communication is key. But what I want to talk about are the conversations that are happening between a couple behind closed doors that nobody wants to talk about.
Here's a question for you. Is marriage overrated?
Why aren't people getting married anymore?
A new Pew Research poll found that 2 in 5 young adults think marriage is an outdated tradition.
Marriage rates are at their lowest right now.
Is marriage really even worth it?
More than half of marriages end in divorce.
If you get married, you have to be stuck with this person for the rest of your life, right? That's why you get married. So that's why it's declining. Why would you get married if you want to have just one partner when you can have multiple?
Marriage is stupid.
Welcome to the Married AF podcast, the self-proclaimed greatest marriage and relationship podcast in the world. Episode number 105. We are your hosts, Matthew and Monica Powers. And I just got to say, baby, you look all sorts of scrumptious today. I like to bend you over the barrel and show you the 50 states.
It's not a saying.
My goodness, it is now. I just couldn't help myself. I mean, I come home and it's just like, bam. I'm very, very thankful for that.
Because you came home from work one day out of the blue and I had on clothes that are...
I like when you don't have on clothes. Thank you very much.
Not where I was thinking it was going, but you know what I mean.
I'm just saying.
I'm dressed nice. I had places to go today.
You did.
Even our son said, "Mom, what have you been doing today?" I said, "Shopping."
I mean,
what I'm really good at. And he said, "But you look nice." I said, "Thanks."
You do. You look phenomenal. Absolutely.
Maybe because I look like a grown up. I'm dressed like a grown up.
You are dressed like a grown up today.
With my heels and my tucked in front shirt, you know.
I mean, you look incredible. I am loving what I'm looking at. I'm going to have a hard time focusing on what we should focus on. But yes, you look absolutely amazing today. But I want to share something with you and all of you people. And just to kind of throw it out there and understand where I'm coming from with this. You know those couples that people just absolutely hate because they seem like they have it all together all the time? They're smiling and laughing. They finish each other's sentences. They can look across the room and just know something for a fact just by a look. And that look can say millions of words, but they never have to say it. They just know because they're on that type of wavelength.
Us?
Basically, in a way. But
in a way?
Yes, in a way. No, we are. But those couples, people will look at that and be like, those dadgum, I swear, they just seem like they got it all together. Why can't I have that? And I want to share something.
Like jealous?
Some jealousy.
Or
because
they look at it like, man.
That. More like,
I want that.
Man, I want that. Because we always hear that communication is key. And communication is key. But what I want to talk about are the conversations that are happening between a couple behind closed doors that nobody wants to talk about. And I'm not talking about...
Now, how do you know that these are happening if they're happening behind closed doors and nobody talks about them?
Successful couples, these kind of conversations are definitely happening. I just know it. And I'm not talking about just fighting over, logistically and who's doing what and who's doing this. I'm talking about the talks behind closed doors that nobody wants to talk about in public that build a truly unbreakable bond. These are conversations.
Why would they not want to talk about them in public?
We'll get there. You will see, because these are the conversations that people don't want to talk about. But this is what turns that couple into a powerful, thriving. I mean, this is a true partnership. And I just want to pull back the curtain on what those secrets are that they will share in private, and they will transform your relationship. So I hope you are ready. Because here's the thing, nearly 65%, this was a study done out of Colorado, 65% of couples say that poor communication is their biggest relationship challenge. Shocker. Not surprised by that at all.
I mean, people are afraid to even speak in public. So if your number one fear is speaking in public, how could you speak to somebody else? Exactly.
But the biggest thing is the fear of having a real conversation about real life things, important things, vulnerable things, intimate things that are going on in your life with your spouse. Those are the conversations that are not happening.
You know why?
Why? That is part of it. No doubt, because we love to touch these a whole lot more.
It's so much easier to type it out or get AI to write you something to tell your significant other, because, you know, AI says exactly what you want them to.
It is. And we're not going to throw anyone under the bus, but we have seen it happen in real life, out in the wild. Couple sitting on a couch. One's on one couch, one's on the other couch. And they don't speak to one another. They're texting each other. They're on the freaking couch by each other, and they will not look at each other and say a word to each other. Instead, they're going to grab their little phones, they're going to type out messages and have a text conversation together rather than speaking to one another.
And never look at each other.
Never even look at each other at all. Those are the couples that are going to struggle. And if that is you,
they are struggling.
If that's you, right. Just want to let you know, one, you're not alone, but two, listen, there is hope for you. It will be okay. Because I want to put an emphasis on just a shared reality of how to be able to get out of life's chaos and truly be together. So secret number one, I hope you're ready. The unfiltered confession of your deepest fears. Being able to actually talk, and I'm not talking about, like you said, public speaking. That's the number one fear above.
Well, that's like everybody's.
Number one fear above death, a fear, you know, it's above anything.
Yeah.
The fear of public speaking. And I used to understand
Of course, everybody's
that.
afraid of that. They don't want to mess up. They don't want people making fun of them. I get that. But you're talking different, hardcore. Like, most people know that I'm not the biggest fan of birds.
This is true. You don't love birds.
Me and birds, we have. And I had a bird as a kid.
You did. But
did not like that bird very well.
Did not care for that bird.
Now, this is. I have other things that I'm afraid of that I'm not going to say out loud. But
I'm not going to ruin it. I know it, and I'm not going to ruin it. But this goes even deeper than that. This is not your, I'm scared to death of spiders, or I don't like snakes or clowns, or I'm scared of this, or I don't like birds. This is having the conversation that I have this fear of failing in this. Being vulnerable and open to your spouse. I'm fearful of this. I'm fearful that I'm going to fail in my career or as a parent or in this relationship. And here's the reasons why. That I have a fear of abandonment. I have this fear of that I'm not worthy of the things that I have because of the mistakes that I have. And that's the type of confessions of the fears that I'm talking about.
Do we have this?
No, I don't think we do, because I have a fear of failure in a sense.
Yeah.
And that I'm worried about pleasing you and pleasing other
Being
people.
Perfect.
I have this personality where it can always be better. Even if it's nearly perfect, it could always be better. And I am my own worst critic. And yes, you know all that stuff. I think there's more couples than not who don't know that those fears are there. There's hidden fears that we're afraid to project to our spouse. We don't want to tell them about them because we're afraid of how they may react.
Okay, so expose me now and tell me one that I'm not necessarily probably thinking of and that you know of.
I ain't got nothing for you right now. I mean, I know your fears. I'm not going to dive into fears of everything. And
would
anything.
it be fears or things that you don't want to happen kind of thing?
Both in a sense.
Like last podcast that we did?
Yes, crying in front of people. Oh, that's a major fear of yours.
It's not a fear.
All right, let me
I'm
put
not
it this
afraid
way.
to cry in front of people.
It's not that you're afraid to cry. You're afraid to show. Not afraid. You don't want to show.
I don't like it.
Vulnerability to other people.
I'm not sure why.
It's just part of your personality. Kind of how mine is. It's just kind of how we're wired. But that's okay. But I think there's too many people who don't. And the reason why we keep these secrets is because we're scared to death of judgment and of shame and what someone may think about us. And it's never going to be nearly as bad as what we have built up in our minds that it's going to be. It's just not.
I don't want people to know if I'm crying. That's how they can attack me, I guess. The vulnerability part.
Oh, totally. Totally. And there's that fear.
I don't want you to have something to hold over my head. I'm not going to let you know my emotions or what gets me jacked up, but heck, I'm a mother. Say something about my kids.
Exactly. I don't want you to know nothing like this whatsoever. But Penn State did a study in 2024 and said that the number one fear of people are showing emotions, especially when one or both partners have suffered any type of PTSD symptoms, that they communicate less constructively and they communicate defensively.
Okay. See, mine is not for you. Because I can cry in front of you. It doesn't matter. It's other people.
Exactly.
So I get this. Okay.
I totally
I get where we're
understand this.
going now.
So this is important to be able to confess those fears or those things you're afraid of, and not spiders, not public speaking, but something a whole lot deeper than that. So what do? Normalize talking about it. Ask about it. Ask the question, and just normalize it. That hey, it is okay, and don't hold that against your partner at all. Vulnerability shrinks fears, power, and it builds safety. So, secret number 1.
You are my safe place.
Absolutely, and you're my safe place. That's why we're able to do this.
Yes.
The secret number 2, they're calling it the financial naked truth.
Ooh.
And this is being totally transparent about finances. Because we know finances are one of the number 1 killers of marriages.
And it's a lot of reasons why people stay together.
It is. One,
because they can't survive without the other.
Can't survive without the other, but there's also the hidden finances because we have this want and need.
I
know. We know people who have secret credit cards and secret accounts that they don't want their spouses to know about. Finances.
My money is my money. I work hard for that.
Exactly.
But
and
aren't two supposed to become one?
That's the whole thing. Two are supposed to become one. Bible says, God said from the beginning, man leave his father and mother and be joined together with his wife, or two become one. And two can't become one if finances don't become one. And
joint checking account.
Joint checking.
Flashing in your brain right now. That's all I think of.
I know, you totally went Sweet Home Alabama. When you said joint checking, that's where my mind went. He's drinking the beer, he crushes it, he throws it, he's upset.
The best movie.
This is the type of stuff I'm talking about right here. But here's some stats for you. Finances are the root of 40% of all relationship conflicts. 40% all boil down to finances. On average, couples argue about money 58 times per year.
That's it?
58 times, at least once a week, they're arguing about finances. At least once a week. Nearly 70% of Americans report financial stress. And that stress strongly predicts avoiding money conversations. They're just going to hold it back, let it go. Almost 1 in 3 couples feel uncomfortable talking about money. 44% admit they avoid it for a fear of fights.
But why are we fighting? Is it because everybody wants to live out of their means?
Yes, I think part of it. Well, we have this social media dynamic now where we see everyone who's living their best lives all the time, and everyone's making millions of dollars every single week. And here I am.
I mean, heck, just watch House Hunters. I mean, a freelance photographer with a $1 million budget. Am I in the wrong business?
A dog walker and a butterfly breeder have a $3 million budget. I'm just saying, those are the types of jobs you see on House Hunters. House Hunters is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But it is. Like, I'm a part-time dog walker and in school full-time. And I breed butterflies. We have a $3.5 million budget and $1 million to put down. And we are like something in the heart of Los Angeles. Like, what are we talking about right now?
I swear, we're in the wrong business.
But there is that side of it where we want to live outside our means because we see everyone else doing it and thinking, well, why can't I? I bust my tail and, we only make $100,000 a year. How in the world are we supposed to have all this? I should have all of this.
Because your kid has to have every single high flyer bat that is produced. All of those dance recitals are thousands of dollars. You have to have a cross-country vacation because you saw somebody else do it. And
all of the time. And this just boils down again to there are financial fears that people are not discussing. They're just not discussing. Here's one more stat for you that you'll love this because it kind of brings up what we just talked about. Nearly half of all men and women admit to keeping financial secrets like hidden spending or accounts from their spouse.
What was that number again?
Nearly half, and it was men and women, nearly half of married couples that were polled, this was from the New York Post in 2025.
Whoa.
Admit to hidden spending and secret accounts. Now, I will say this. You got your little hidden pockets of cash all over the place that I don't know where they are.
Sometimes I don't know where they are.
Exactly.
We found some when we moved.
But you do hide cash from places.
I do.
Listen, it's not to hide anything from me.
It's not. No, it's like it's supposed to be a reserve if I can remember where I put it.
Exactly.
So, by no means are we rich.
No.
we're not struggling, but I am absolutely 100% open to talking about everything that I would like to do. There's a difference between needs and wants.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad always told me, and I never understood it until I was an adult. You in one hand and want in the other, and see which one fills up first. I never understood that until I could not get what I wanted.
And like, oh yeah, okay.
My dad always said one hand and want in the other, and see which one fills up first.
He crushed it. He crushed it. So when it comes to money, I mean, if you got a secret account, you better shut that down now. You better shut that down and come to one.
I could not imagine that, but that's part of communication.
Yeah, but imagine the stress that carries, that you're carrying that stress.
How are you making this extra money to pay this off without your husband knowing?
No, I don't have.
Or if you've got this credit card over here and you don't want your wife to know about it because you know she's got a bad spending habit, and if she gets her hands on it, it's going to be maxed out in 2 days.
Yeah. I mean, and like you and I, we have full access to each other's credit reports. So it'd be really easy to go and see, did someone open up a credit card? Because not that we're checking, but with the credit card we have, it's got, hey, check your credit. Let's check your score. And you'll check periodically from time to time.
I found fraud not too long ago.
Exactly. It's
somebody trying to get DoorDash on my account.
Exactly. So you need to have those financial conversations, discuss your financial fears. It goes back to number one. Talk about past mistakes, maybe spending problems you had or how bad you were with money. Work together with it, and this helps create a thriving couple. The third secret, and we've talked about this before, but the State of the Union address is what they're calling it. But being able to have actual real conversations of, hey, what have we accomplished? What would we like to accomplish? What's going on? How do we get there? What are our common goals, and what kind of things can we do to be able to get there? This is how you stay connected and don't get disconnected going down two separate paths.
Yeah, that's how you don't have separate checking accounts.
Exactly. You're focused.
I mean, I feel like it's common sense. Do people not understand that? Or why are we so secretive now that we don't want anybody knowing our stuff? Even the one that we married to spend the rest of our lives with. But, that's just this marriage because it doesn't matter because... Listen,
when it comes to this stuff, because I agree, I don't get it. But, I mean, you will get butt naked with this person. But you don't want them to know.
You will put your mouths in spots that you never thought you would, but you don't want to share a checking account with them.
Listen, there's nothing more vulnerable than being completely butt naked with somebody.
With the lights on.
With the lights on.
If they looking at you in the shower, lights are on, and you are naked.
Exactly.
Nobody showers with their swimsuit on.
There's nothing more vulnerable than that. But you're right. You're scared to see what you're spending money on. You're scared for them to see that you went to Starbucks and Target, or you went and played golf or something. What are we doing? What are we doing with that? So, number 3, have the State of the Union address. See where you are. Be able to grow together, because if you don't do this, you become more disconnected. You're not equally yoked, and one of you is going to run out here. One's going to be behind, and you're just going to be spinning in circles. Number 4, secret number 4, talking about the unspoken history. Unspoken history, things that actually happened in your past, to be able to express that, any trauma or betrayals or family secrets or anything like that. Now, for us, we've been together forever, and there are none of those secrets
about each other
anymore. Most of this we lived through together. Most of this trauma we went through together. That unspoken history, we've been looking at those pictures on the old computer. A lot of bad trauma, awful betrayal history there, but we'd experienced that together. But we know all of that. And I would like to believe, and I think it's true, that if we didn't go through that together, but we are where we are now, we would be able to openly talk about that and talk about, hey, the dumb things that happened, and the trauma that it creates, because it does create trauma. And if you hold that in forever, eventually it's going to explode. Eventually it's going to rear its ugly hand. And the more you're open about it and can talk about it, the better off that you're going to be.
Yeah, I have major trust issues. Not even with that in mind, but knowing that I know all the things, it doesn't matter.
Exactly, it doesn't matter.
Because it's over and done with, because you're not supposed to bring up the past. You cannot look in the rear view mirror and drive forward.
No, you can, but you're going to crash at some point. It's going to end badly.
Be pretty.
It's going to end badly. So I totally agree. And that's ultimately what happens when you have these unhealed wounds. That's what's going to happen. Totally. So number 5, the next one is building a shared reality. This kind of goes back to the State of the Union address we're talking.
Shared?
Yes, where it is a we story. Everything is a we story. And what are we going to do? What are we going to accomplish to make sure we are creating a future and goals for ourselves of what it looks like for us together, not individual. But this also goes into the shared inside jokes and the laughter and the fun and all the dumb things. Like we were just talking about joint checking, and we both immediately went to the right exact same place. And those are just stupid, silly inside jokes that we have, and they're so freaking important. Could you imagine not having shared, silly inside jokes?
The amount of, so we love movies. We are big movie buffs. We are movie quoters.
Big time.
And it's to the point where our kids say the quotes that we say.
It's like parenting win.
But they have never even seen the movie. So when something makes them think of that, they will say it. And we're cheesing so big because we're like, yes, very proud parent moment right there.
Totally.
But anybody else looking in would have no idea why we would be so excited for our son to go, I see blue. He looks glorious, And
he's never seen Old School.
He's never seen Old School.
But he's heard us say it so many times. Because anytime a word blue or the color blue, it just comes out.
It just happens.
And people will look at that on the outside and be like, what is wrong with those people? But the amount of joy that can spark in us and laughter that it creates in us, it's so incredibly important to be able to have that.
But if you don't have that, you're a me. Like with finances. If you have your own stuff, you are a me. But you can't be a me in a marriage. It has to be we.
Yeah. We before me every single time.
Turn that M upside down.
And just having those stupid, silly, like meaningful, small moments that create these types of inside jokes and this type of shared reality. So important. So important.
I couldn't imagine life without it.
No, not
I don't want to know a life without it.
Not at all. All right, we got 2 more left. Number 6.
Okay.
And this is a big one.
Oh, wait.
What?
There's 2 more left? Like 6, 7. I'm sorry. Oh, that was perfect.
Wow.
I might cry this week too, but it's because of laughter.
I did not see that one coming.
I've been with our son all day.
Clearly. Holy moly. Okay.
He's going to be so proud. I can't wait to tell him.
No, I can't wait to show him this. Holy smokes. All right, the number that comes after 5, the next one on the list. And this is incredibly important. We've talked about this, over the last couple of months. Emotional responsiveness. We talked about several episodes ago about those bids for attention. And do you turn towards them? Do you turn away from them? Do you turn against them? This is what that is talking about. Just being responsive to your spouse. Like when they bring something to you, when they want to show you something, even if it's something silly or small, put that down and look up, acknowledge them, and the turn inwards, the turning towards them and listening to them and sharing in that moment with them builds so much strength in your relationship.
On top of trust.
And it builds trust so fast that your spouse knows that I can bring anything to you, even if it's a stupid video on the phone, or hey, you're never going to guess what the dumb dog's doing outside right now. Instead of saying no, but going and looking and sharing in that moment with them. That's the emotional responsiveness that we're talking about. Study was done. Happy couples, it says, maintain a 5-to-1 ratio of positive to negative interactions during conflict. So the ones who are emotionally responsive. If there is any type of debate or conflict, we don't fight, but we have conversations. 5 to 1 of it being a positive interaction versus negative. That is huge because most people are going to be totally negative.
Oh, absolutely. We talked about this at our single small group. Of the 100% of your thoughts in a day, 80% of those thoughts you take with you to the next day. And of that 80% are negative.
Yes. And we have like thousands of thoughts.
Yeah.
It's like thousands. It's ridiculous.
I could not imagine having a negative mindset. Story of my life.
Yep.
Figures.
Of course.
Should have known.
It's going to happen to anyone. It's going to happen to me. That type of mentality. But, how do you do this? You can validate people's feelings, your spouse's feelings. We say it often, feelings are great indicators. They're bad decision makers, but they're great indicators, and they may be real and valid. You can validate them and acknowledge them. But, man, those turns towards and just being in the moment is so critical. Last one. I'm not going to say the number. A detailed map of intimate desires. This is the sex side of everything, of course.
A detailed map.
Detailed map. Talk about it. Talk about sex often and get into detail about it. Oftentimes, the talk of sex, even in a marriage, is oftentimes avoided. I don't know why. I can't wrap my brain around this.
Avoided? Like just
avoided.
Talking about
They don't want to talk
period?
about it. And I think that it's mostly of
about them having sex or just sex in general?
Either or. I think they want to avoid it. It says that couples who talk about fantasies, their needs, and can create boundaries oftentimes will deepen intimacy way more than anyone else would. Talk about it. What gets you going?
Well, it's a good thing I tell you in detail about the dreams I have about you. Exactly.
It's a very, very good thing, and vice versa.
Yes.
But you should be able to do that because, again, this is the person you should be able to share everything with, and you're going to be the most vulnerable to, and you're butt naked with somebody. You're going to be vulnerable with them, but you need to be able to share those desires that, hey, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I want to do. We talked about it before.
I mean, maybe you should just work up to that, not just go in, hey, I want to blah, blah, blah. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's not going to get anybody to where you want them to be.
Well,
or to do what you want them to do.
I will say this because men and women are different. If a woman comes to a man and just says, hey, I want this, he's like, okay, done. But if a man is feeling something and comes to his wife with it, you can't just say, hey, I want this, let's go now. It don't work that way. You gotta get her going, get her warmed up.
Touchy-feely.
Yes.
Slap that booty when you walk by.
But,
work up to it.
Men are
it can happen.
A little different. So talk about it. Talk about sex. What are the expectations when it comes to intimacy? What are your desires? Talk about it. Try it at least once. Again,
That sex menu.
Listen, if it's not, as long as it's not harming you or your spouse or your marriage, give it a shot.
Don't bring somebody else in, though.
Don't bring someone else in. That includes porn. Don't do that. Those are our rules, and I'd say they work pretty well.
Yeah.
I think they'd work well for everybody. Try it at least once. You really don't know until you do. Talk about it. Update each other. Update that menu. Like, hey, we did this and this was amazing. This is going to happen more often. Hey, we tried this. Wasn't awesome. Maybe we're going to take that sucker off the menu.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Talk about your desires. So, these are 7 secrets that you talk about in private. You can be that thriving couple that, yes, you can look across the room and know exactly what is going on with each other and have that type of connection with each other. Do you have any thoughts on any of that?
I can't say what I want to say because then I would expose myself.
I can bleep it out. What are you going to say?
Like if somebody sees me looking at you and you're across the room and you're looking at me and I just go,
oh, I know what that means.
See?
There is that look from across the room that I know immediately, like, okay.
She's thinking about me.
I know what is going through her brain right now. There's a couple different looks you have where I can easily tell. I want to share a dumb before we get out of here.
A what?
I want to share a dumb.
Dumb. Okay.
A dumb. A big dumb. You sent me this a while ago, and I think it's just too hilarious not to share. Just how stupid someone can be here. So this was in Germany. A man named Demetrius and his wife were wanting to have a child. Demetrius is unable to have children. He's not able to. So you're not able to have children. What do you do? You go through the process. There's a lot of medical stuff, adoption, a surrogate, whatever. So they decided that they're gonna go through the means that are necessary to be able to have a child because he can't. And so what does this bozo Demetrius? He hires his neighbor to impregnate his wife. But get this. This is where it gets really good. He then sues his neighbor after 72 failed attempts. 72 failed attempts. Over a 6-month period, this man made 72 attempts 3 times a week. But she never became pregnant. When Demetrius, get this, when he pushed for a medical examination, it was revealed that Frank himself was sterile. The story grows even more dramatic.
Wait, the neighbor was sterile?
The neighbor was sterile, couldn't have kids.
They didn't check that first?
He knew this from the very beginning. So Demetrius' neighbor just knew, hey, I've got a chance to have sex with my neighbor's wife, and he's going to pay me to do that? Absolutely. I'll try to get her pregnant so you can have a child.
Sorry, it's not working. We got to keep going.
Paid him $2,500 to impregnate his wife. So not only did he get to have sex with this man's wife quite often, 3 times a week for 6 months, he also made a little money in the process. What a bozo.
I don't know that you could look at your neighbor again after you've paid him to bone your wife.
Listen.
And you're letting her walk over there 3 days a week.
Even if you're unable to have children, this is not the route that I'm going at all. I'm not paying anyone to have sex with my wife in hopes that she'll get pregnant. No, we're going to go through like real medical stuff to try and make that happen. Dumb of the week right here.
Wow.
Demetrius hires his neighbor who was sterile.
I wonder how the ending came out. What happened to old Frank?
That I'm not too sure.
He had to pay that money back.
I don't think so. I don't know. If so, who really cares? But
that's
dumb of the week. I just had to share it. What a complete bozo. That was funny. But yes, you want to be a thriving couple, have those secrets, have those moments, grow together. We before me, 2 become 1. Talk about sex. There you go. Any final thoughts there, beautiful, before we get out of here?
I love you.
I love you too. Let's go. God, we love you. We are so thankful for what you do. We're thankful for everything that you've done for us and for others. And God, just pray over this podcast. God, wherever you want to take it, you take it. It belongs to you. God, I pray that over every single couple who hears this, every person who hears this, that they can learn something, that they can take something to instill into their own lives, their own relationship, just to be better, to be more to be strengthened, just to be a better couple, to be a strong couple, a strong, firm foundation. And again, it's all rooted in you. And we just thank you for all that you do. We thank you for the people that will hear this. And God, just pray people are pointed to you first above all else. We love you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Play ball.